and welcome to healthyhouseplants.com, where we teach you all about gardening in the great indoors. Today's video is sponsored by our Amazon affiliate link, which you'll see in the description below. Also in the description below, you'll see links to any other videos I mentioned during this video. So today we're going to check in on Matilda here. She is a Fiddleleaf fig that we rescued back on March 8th. So right now we're going on nearly a month. We're still about 12 days out or so from a month, but I should say 2 months, excuse me. So we're nearly 2 months later now. And you can see, very exciting. So this is the sign when a plant that you've revived is going to probably be okay, providing you continue to do a good job with reviving it and coaxing it along as it recovers, and that is new growth. So these leaves right here are brand new leaves that have come up within the last couple of weeks. They started very small, of course, and now they're bigger, and that is an indication when a plant that you're trying to revive is going to be okay, is taking the revival, has decided to stay here, is new leaf growth. And as an aside, the new leaf growth is also an indication when you repot a plant that it is taken to the repotting and is going to be okay and has new growth at that point too. So one thing I did do, you'll see here, little extra thing here I did, this leaf got very damaged in the plant and covered in the first video about how it looked bad, and I didn't want to take off all the leaves, so I made this little cushiony thing here to hold this one leaf up because it kept falling and it got damaged as it did that. So you'll see some damage in here. Now, a couple reasons I did that. Number one, the plant wouldn't look all that great if I took this big leaf off. Number two, plants need as much leaf space to take up the sunlight, so that they can then use that for chlorophyll production, so that then they can then grow. So you wouldn't want to, even though there are damaged leaves, you need to leave some of those leaves on no matter what when you're trying to revive a plant, providing the whole leaf isn't dead or a lot of the leaf is dead. But if it's just a sort of a damaged thing like this was, that leaf is doing a lot of good work for the plant, so do keep them on. Another reason is the what I always talk about, the 2/3 plant to 1/3 pot combo. So if I were to take this, the roots in this plant needed this size pot. So if I were to take a bunch of foliage off the top of the plant, then I would then no longer have sufficient plant up top to support the roots, and then we'd be talking about root rot, which we actually did prevent from happening in this plant because we went to revival as soon as possible. So her name is Matilda, and as you can see, Matilda is doing better. We'll check in with her again in a month or so. I have, or maybe 2, depending on how much new foliage she gets. I did recently water her, so you can see it's about midway right now, the gauge, and so it's definitely not time to water her at all yet. I am waiting until she gets closer to, right now, as said, it's like 7, 8. So I'll be waiting until she gets to about 4 or so, which is still in the green, between 4 and 5 in the green, but not definitely, you don't want it to be still pretty wet, and I don't want it to get very dry either. So I will, what I like to call approaching dryness is between that 4 and 5 there. So that's when I will water her again. In terms of fertilizing, when I repotted her to save her on March 8th, I did use some of my Green Gourmet houseplant food at that time, and it's a nice mild organic fertilizer, but has a lot of really good things in it, including mycorrhizae, which I have another video on. And this had that fertilizer then. Now she does, I will often say when you repot, I will often say when you repot and you get the new foliage, that's time to go ahead and fertilize again. But when you are doing a revival, you might want to hold off just a little bit longer. So I'm going to wait another month before I fertilize her again. Like I said, she was planted in fertilized soil and in a really good soil and to start when she was revived and was working on saving her. So I am going to hold off just a bit on that. I will, however, continue obviously to monitor her and to water her at the appropriate time. She is getting nice bright light. She is getting light from the window as well as a supplemental artificial full spectrum lighting. So some of the many reasons that she's doing better, and she will continue to do better, and she will once in a year from now be nice and tall. And continue to do that as well. So happy to say Matilda is thriving, and we will check in with her again. So thank you for stopping by today. Please leave any comments about any indoor gardening tutorials you'd like to see. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.